Hey everyone that can watch me. Uh, I know you hear a little bit of echo in my background. Okay, now it's gone. Good. I'm trying out this new microphone that I just got today. It was pretty inexpensive, I got it and I'm just trying it out. I want to see here. If people can let me know if you can hear me, write it in the chat. I'm checking Facebook as it is. Let me know if you can hear me very clearly. Let me know if you can hear me very clear. Um, I just want to do a sound check first and see before I get into any conversation. I want to check if my sound is working. So if you can hear me, type yes in the chat. Type something in the chat so I can know that you are listening to me or that you can hear me. Um, I'm doing this, like I said, I got myself a new mic, a new toy, put it that way, that I will be using to go live from here on out. Okay. I will be using to go live from here on out. And I want to try to black out any sound in the background that I may have. So this is why I am trying out this new mic. Please let me know. Send me a message. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Send me a message if you got me on Facebook. Let me know that you can hear me. Okay, well, I will take that as a yes because I haven't seen any message in the chat whatsoever about not being able to hear me. Oh, and I can see that closed captioning can hear me clearly because I am on Facebook Live and I am following each of my pages to see if they're working properly and just to see if it's working. Okay. So this was supposed to be a mic check or mic test to see if my um actual mic is working. But now that I have your attention and now that I'm in here, let me tell you that tonight I was part of a meeting um that there was talk about the reopening of the mental health clinics. When I heard that, um, almost made me want to cry. It made me almost want to cry for the simple fact that um, I don't know how many years ago it's been, but it's been a while since 2012. I guess. Wow, it's been that long. Um, I got into the fight of the mental health clinics and I got involved. fully in the fight of trying to keep those clinics open for the simple fact that, um, you know, people shouldn't be losing their clinics whatsoever. Healthcare, people, is a human right. I don't care what circumstances you are in. Healthcare is always a human right. Now, maybe I should come back and talk about this later after I close this because this was only supposed to be a mic check, but I'm here talking now, so I should change the description of this video, but I'm not. Um, I came on here eventually to do my check. Today there was talked about the reopening of the clinics, and that there could be a chance that these clinics reopen again. When I hear that, it makes me cry for joy, but at the same time, cry for the simple fact how many people lost their lives throughout these years because of not having those public mental health clinics. How many people? How many people have been killed by our unjust Chicago Police Department because they don't know how to deal with a person with a mental illness? How many years? How many lives? And to hear that these clinics are gonna may reopen again, there's tears of joy inside of me, but there's also tears of sadness. Tears of sadness for all those who fought alongside of me and are not able to enjoy this moment. When this moment happens, and if these clinics reopen, I'm going to be so happy. So happy that people are going to be able to receive the health care they deserve. So many people have lost their lives fighting or because of the lack of mental health clinics, because of the lack of not having those resources in their community. Just yesterday, I was watching the news. University of Chicago. Hmm. University of Chicago, a few years ago, when we fought for a level 1 trauma center, I was part of that fight. To see that emergency room now being filled to capacity to the point that sometimes they don't have enough staff. The shortage of staff is everywhere. Um, you know, it's I don't know what to say, people. It's just a mix of feelings that I feel inside when I hear that these clinics may reopen again. Uh, uh, feelings of happiness, but also feelings of sadness. I don't know if you guys remember in 2012 when a dear friend of mine, Helen Morley, yes, I'm going to repeat her name, Helen Morley, she repeatedly said to the mayor, which then it was Rahm Emanuel, if you close my clinic, I will die. If you close my clinic, I will die. And that's what happened. Sure enough, that's what happened. I don't blame it on I don't blame it on anyone else but the mayor and the aldermen who were there at that time. Who are some who some are still there, serving as puppets now to this mayor. I don't know how many nights I spent occupying that space across the street from the Woodlawn Clinic. It could have been 1 month, it could have been 2 months, it could have been 3 months. I don't know. I lost count how many nights I spent out there. I had night after night asking my family asking me, "Come home, come home. Aren't you aren't you afraid that there's danger out there?" And every night, yeah, I was afraid. Shootings all over the place around that area, which the place hasn't changed. It's just being gentrified because now the Obama Library, you know, that's why I have lots of mixed feelings about this reopening. Sure, it's a wonderful day. It's going to be a wonderful day when these clinics reopen. And yes, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be I'm going to be screaming for joy when these clinics reopen. But at the same time, deep down, there's going to be some form of sadness inside of me because those people who were there before me in the fight to keep these clinics reopened are no longer here. A couple of days ago, or I should say 2 days ago, I lost a good friend, Tim, and a couple of years before to him, we lost another legend, Karen Lewis. We keep losing wonderful people in our own communities, people. It's time for us to stop the bickering, stop the fighting, organize. Let's learn from those people. Let's learn from those people. We must continue to learn and learn as much as we can because they did the job before us. Again, this was just supposed to be a mic check, a mic test, but I started talking about the mental health clinics because that's been on my mind today. Well, a couple hours ago when I found out the news. If this happens, which I hope it does, I'm hoping that You know, there's also time to reflect to for those who are no longer with us. Time to uh, celebrate their lives as well and remember them one by one. On Tuesday, I believe, I don't have the email right in front of me. Give me 1 second. On Tuesday, there is supposed to be a vigil. There is supposed to be a vigil happening. And I was invited to this vigil. So if I was invited to this vigil, I'm going to extend the invitation to everyone who's watching tonight or who may watch this later on. Come out to this event. Um, Trying to find it here. Give me 1 second. As I find it, you know, I want to say that this wouldn't happen. This work would not have happened if the people who are fighting for the clinics now wouldn't continue the fight that we started back then. And I want to say thank you to those people. You know who you are. Because of you, there is a light. There could be a light. This is the vigil that's taking place next Tuesday. Um, I hope that you are able to attend. Um, I was invited, so now I'm inviting people to come out to this event. It's not only a time to celebrate the possibly reopening, but it's a time to reflect, and demand that our clinics be reopened. Um, and it's also a time to mourn, mourn the lives of those lost because of the closing of the mental health clinics. A couple years back, I would say in 2013, 14, I think there was a study made. A study that indicated that the majority of those people who used to go to those public mental health clinics got lost in the system. Got lost in the system. And my question is, how can a person get lost in the system? Well, the person doesn't have adequate services. You know, you take my services. If you would have taken my services back then, if I was going to one of those clinics and you would have taken my services away, I wouldn't be here right now talking to you. And that's the honest fact. Some of these people committed suicide because going to those clinics was not just a clinic like any other. It was like a community space where they can come and talk to one another. Mental health today is run just like a business, in and out. That's not the way mental health should be run at all. And I'm being serious when I say this. As a person who has mental health, and I'm proud of saying it, as a person who has a mental illness, which is major depression, I'm not always at my best. There are days that I can't wake up, and I gotta wake up as much as I gotta push myself to continue. There are people who depend on medication. You take their medication away from them, what do you think is gonna happen? People, I'm not here to preach to the choir because you probably heard me or read my post over and over again, and you probably got sick and tired of here reading my post. So I'm not here to preach to the choir. I'm just telling you, people, that in order for us to get anything done, we must work together as a community and come together as a community. Now that I got my stuff together, the next thing I'm going to get is a green screen, just so you know. I'll be having more conversations like this and getting straight to the point because I don't like to run around and, you know, run around the issues. I've been around the activist community for quite a long time. And now as an advocate for mental health, for disability rights, I want to do my best to continue those services for our communities that need them. I don't know where I would be today if I didn't have the mental health services that I have now. Sure, they're not the greatest. Sure, there's improvements that can be done. But, you know, I stick to what I have because there are those people who don't have services whatsoever and they are lost. Or, maybe not with us anymore because they took their lives away. On Tuesday, again, there's going to be a vigil, and I'm going to post this again so you can see it. I'm hoping that you can come out and support and be with us as we remember those who are no longer with us because we lost a lot of people along the way. And boy, let me say, we have lost a lot of people along the way. So I want to encourage you, if you can, and if you can take, I don't know, an hour of your time, come out to this event. I'm hoping to be there. I might not stay for the whole entire thing, or I may stay for the whole entire thing. But I want to see you there. It's time, people. That's all I gotta say. Um, Today, hearing about the possibly reopening of the mental health clinics, that sparked lots of emotions inside of me. Tears of joy, tears of happiness, and I hope that this becomes a reality because there are a lot of people out there who cannot afford to go to a private mental health provider. In fact, private, um, I'm sorry, private providers right now are filled, are getting filled. There's a waiting list to get into a program. And you know why? Because there's not enough social workers. Because social workers are leaving the field because of the caseloads that they have. Now, if you imagine if we had this in our communities, instead of going to a private provider, can you imagine what the things that can happen? We wouldn't have all this violence that we have in the city. Someone predicted this before the clinics closed. And look at where we're at now. Look where we're at now. All this violence across the city. Don't you think that some of it has to do with mental health? I'm not going to say that all the violence is entirely because of people needing mental health services. I'm not going to say that because there are idiots out there. But what I am going to say is there are those who do need uh, mental health services and they don't have them for some reason or another because they can't afford a private provider or because they don't have the resources. I will be coming on here. I'm going to try to come on here every night, talk about a different subject. But if I can't do this every night, I'm going to try to do this at least once or twice a week. Um, but I'm hoping that my conversations can help you understand not only where I come from, but understand my point of view of how. I don't know if you can hear me, but it just said that my mic was off. So I don't know if you heard all that. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna play one of my videos. Play back one of my videos. Because if I was just talking to myself, boy, did I have a good conversation. And none of you guys could hear it. Ah, okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that you guys can hear me. Okay. thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. I love you all. Um, and like I said, I'm gonna try to be here every night or every other night and bring you something that that's on my mind. And once in a while, I will have a guest who I'm gonna invite to come on because it's not all about working it, but it's also about talking about it and informing the community. So I connected two of my accounts on here. Well, now Facebook knows that I have two accounts. Whoop de doo. Okay. If they haven't found out by now, now they know. I connected two of my accounts. Man, I'm just amazed at the amount of streams that I can stream this on. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, actually, and other groups on Facebook that I am posting this live. Um, but going back to my original point, I'm going to stick with that. Not the mic test, the visual. I hope you can come out to this. Again, it's next Tuesday. The information will stay on the screen, and that's the way I'm going to end this show, with this on the screen, so you are able to copy this. Um, and I'm hoping that you can attend this event. Um, yeah. So this is the first conversation that I had in a long time. I usually come on here and usually don't have something to say, but today when I heard about the mental health clinics, I'm like, yeah, that's something I can talk about. As a person with a mental illness, yes, something that should really be talked about. Reopening these clinics because we need them. All right. Um, for now, people, I'm gonna leave the screen. I will say goodbye from now. Take care, everyone. Be blessed and just be safe out there, wherever you're at. Like I said, this invitation for Tuesday will stay on the screen until I end it. So I'm going to leave it on the screen for at least another minute and then I will end the stream. Talk to you later, everyone.